Mom, Dad, I don't want to go to temple school. I want another day of rest. I barely even played with my friends yesterday.
You don't give up on insisting, do you? That's it.
When we return home, you'll be grounded, and you won't be seeing your friends for a long time.
You will see what happens when we get home.
Long ago in a quiet village, a wise and inspiring monk named Master Zenshin observed the plight of some children. He saw parents trying everything to guide their children, yet many continued to disobey repeatedly.
Stop running! Come back here! How dare you throw your fish in your mother's face just because we told you we'd give you dessert after lunch? You're grounded even longer!
Troubled by the situation in his village, Master Zenshin sought a solution rooted not in anger, but in truth. He meditated and prayed every day, seeking wisdom. Two weeks passed, weeks of prayer, study, and contemplation, until one day, he discovered a form of non-lethal spiritual energy, a force that could correct wrongdoing not through pain, but through the burden it leaves on the soul. Ultimate grounding. Blast. No matter the size of the blast, it caused no damage. A non-destructive spiritual force, so its strength varies with intention rather than with destruction. To ensure this energy was safe, Master Zenshin chose to test it with the consent of a worried family whose child disobeyed time and time again.
Master Zenshin, we have spoken to our daughter many times. She ignores her chores, her studies, and our guidance. If this will help her reflect, I trust in you.
Do not fear. This technique is not destructive. I simply need to know its effects on the child. The size of the grounding blast determines the duration of the grounding, and the duration should reflect the child's actions. Grounding blast.
Master, what have you done?
She is unharmed. Observe.
What happened to me? Why was I lying on the floor?
You were throwing a tantrum because I grounded you for ignoring your homework and daily chores, remember?
Oh? Dad, I'm really sorry.
Master, your technique worked. Thank you.
See this, the grounding blast does not injure physically, but instead it places a weight on the soul, but the grounding period, that is, the length to stop and reflect, must match the severity of the wrongdoing. Used with restraint, it is helpful. Used carelessly, it loses its meaning. Over the months, Master Zenshin taught his technique to families seeking guidance, as well as to other villages. See this. This technique is not meant to wound the body, nor to control a child through fear. Now, pay attention to the energy. It creates stillness, a moment for the soul to listen. The size of the energy determines only the grounding period. In other words, the duration of the reflection, without pain, neither humiliation. Adults, being too old to be grounded, feel no impact from grounding blast, while teenagers gradually lose its effect.
If this discipline can guide children without causing them harm, then it deserves to be preserved. Allow me to share it wherever I travel.
This technique was born to answer a problem specific to our village. So, if you plan to teach it elsewhere, please do so with care, Samurai Tadashi. Without care, it may lose its meaning. Eventually, the master's technique was carried by those who learned it directly to some neighboring areas, although not everyone trusted the technique.
This technique serves as a last measure for those, especially children, who refuse to listen and repeatedly disobey, providing them with a moment of stillness without causing physical harm. It is called the grounding blast.
Grounding blast. Strange. An energy being designed to discipline our children, yet it doesn't cause them any pain.
And who decides how strong it should be?
I'm sorry that you don't trust this technique. I only share what I have been taught, not what I have perfected. Whether you accept it or not is your choice, as not every parent is prepared for this responsibility. If you doubt the technique, you might consider speaking with Master Zenshin, although he lives far beyond the reach of most villagers.
As a result, teaching the technique to other villages without Master Zenshin's presence was difficult, since many believe that discipline should remain only words. Fearing misuse, Master Zenshin chose preservation over expansion, and so the grounding blast was forgotten over time, becoming a relic of the Edo period. However, a Canadian Japanophile did not choose to utilize Master Zenshin's legacy as originally intended. As a strict and short-tempered father, he is unlikely to use that legacy effectively.
A form of energy designed to discipline children without hurting them, and its size determines the duration of the grounding? Fascinating. My children, especially Caillou, who was brattier than Rosie, would finally understand what parenting truly means. It seems better than discipline through words.
Boris Anderson, what are you reading?
Doris Akemi, why so worried? I'm just reading history, Japanese history, the Edo period.
I overheard near the door. It sounded like you discovered a new way to ground your children.
You're imagining things. I'm studying Japanese history. You know that I admire their culture.
I know, but you also have a history of being strict with our son Caillou.
Whatever. Discipline matters,